The Brotherhood of the Naguals, Part 2. The Brotherhood of the Naguals is dedicated to the pursuit of personal growth and spiritual advancement. We believe in embracing the power of the Nagual, or the spiritual warrior, within us all. Our mission is to foster a community of like-minded individuals who support each other in their journeys towards self-discovery and enlightenment. Through our shared experiences, teachings, and practices, we aim to create a world filled with compassion, understanding, and respect. The beginning. As a student of Nagualism, my apprenticeship was a journey that took me through different countries and different times, with diverse teachers guiding me along the way. Some of my most prominent teachers include the Death Defier, Guadalupe, Clara, and La Gorda, who helped me gain a deeper understanding of this ancient spiritual practice. While my apprenticeship took place in a specific order, in this book I have decided to mix the events of the first and second attention in order to give a clearer and more comprehensive picture of my journey. This blending of the two worlds helps me to convey my story in a way that is both understandable and accurate. The main part of my apprenticeship took place in the second attention, where I was able to delve deeper into the teachings and practices of Nagualism. This dimension of reality offered me a new perspective on the world, allowing me to see beyond the veil of ordinary consciousness and into the realm of the infinite. Through my experiences in both the first and second attention, I have come to understand the true nature of reality and the role that Nagualism plays in helping individuals to awaken to their full potential. I hope that this book will serve as a source of inspiration and guidance for others who are seeking to embark on their own journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening. Note: in Nagualism, first attention refers to our everyday consciousness and the way we perceive and interact with the world. The second attention refers to a heightened state of awareness in which one is able to perceive the world in a different, non-ordinary way. This state allows one to access hidden knowledge and heightened states of perception. The Toltec Tradition and the Brotherhood. The Toltec tradition of sorcery and the Brotherhood of the Naguals is a spiritual path that aims to bring the individual to a state of heightened awareness and power. According to tradition, a warrior is a person who has taken on the challenge of this path and is working to transcend the limitations of the self to achieve personal freedom and power. The warrior's goal is to attain a state of detachment from the physical world and the self-imposed limitations that prevent true freedom. This is achieved through a combination of discipline, training, and the use of perception and energy manipulation. The Toltec tradition holds that warriors must learn to control their thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations in order to gain control over their reality and attain a state of heightened awareness. In this tradition, the term sorcery refers not to magic or supernatural powers, but to channeling the source and the ability to manipulate energy and awareness in order to create desired outcomes and achieve personal goals. The warriors must learn to use their perception and awareness to navigate the non-ordinary reality and attain a state of power and freedom. The spiritual warrior. The spiritual warrior is someone who has taken on the challenge of the spiritual path and is working to attain a state of heightened awareness, personal power, and freedom. According to the teachings, spiritual warriors must learn to control their thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations in order to gain mastery over their reality and attain a state of detachment from the world. The warrior is trained to use various techniques such as movement, breathing, visualization, and the use of plants as allies to manipulate their energy and awareness and to access non-ordinary realities. The spiritual warrior is also taught the practice of stalking, which involves manipulating their own reactions and limitations to break free from self-imposed restrictions. Stalking requires self-awareness and discipline and is seen as a crucial step in the warrior's journey toward personal freedom. In the Nagual tradition, the spiritual warrior is seen as a seeker of truth and knowledge who is constantly pushing the limits of their understanding and experience. The goal of the spiritual warrior is to attain a state of freedom and power, where they are no longer bound by the limitations of the self or the physical world. The warriors are guided by the Nagual, or spiritual guide, who helps them to understand the teachings and practices of the tradition and to navigate the non-ordinary realities. Footnotes. The use of perception and dream states in spiritual advancement. According to the teachings of Nagualism, the use of perception and dream states are key tools in spiritual advancement. The warrior is taught to use these states to enter into non-ordinary reality and to experience the world in new ways. In these altered states, the warrior can gain new insights and perspectives that can help them to break free from limiting beliefs and self-imposed limitations. The manipulation of energy and the manipulation of awareness. In the Nagual tradition, energy and awareness are closely linked. The manipulation of energy is seen as a way of manipulating awareness and changing one's experience of reality. The warrior learns to use various techniques such as movement, breathing, and visualization to manipulate their own energy and that of others to achieve specific goals. The idea of the assemblage point and how it affects our reality. The assemblage point is a central concept in Nagualism and refers to the place where the individual's perceptions come together to form their experience of reality. According to tradition, the assemblage point can be shifted to allow the individual to experience the world in new and different ways. The warrior is taught to use various techniques to shift their assemblage point and to gain a more expansive understanding of reality. The concept of non-ordinary reality and the use of plants as allies. The Nagual tradition holds that there are multiple realities that exist beyond the ordinary world of everyday experience. The use of plants as allies, such as through the use of psychoactive substances, is seen as a way to access these non-ordinary realities and to gain new perspectives and insights. The practice of stalking, or the manipulation of self to attain power. Stalking is a central practice in Nagualism and refers to the manipulation of one's own thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations in order to attain power and freedom. The warriors are taught to stalk their own reactions and limitations, using self-awareness and discipline to break free from their limiting beliefs and patterns. The concept of death as a teacher and the idea of the Nagual as a spiritual guide. Death is seen as a key teacher in Nagualism, as it represents the ultimate release from the limitations of the self and the physical world. The Nagual, or spiritual guide, is seen as an important teacher and mentor who can help the warriors on their journey of spiritual advancement. The Nagual helps the warriors to understand the teachings and practices of the tradition and to navigate the non-ordinary realities and attain a state of heightened awareness and personal power. Perception. According to the teachings, perception is a process that is closely linked to our awareness and energy. In the Brotherhood, we believe that perception is not simply a passive process of receiving information from the world around us, but is instead a highly active and creative process that is shaped by our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. In the Brotherhood, the idea of the assemblage point is central to understanding perception. The assemblage point is seen as the place where our perceptions come together to form our experience of reality. The position of the assemblage point determines what we perceive and how we perceive it, and can be shifted through various techniques. The idea of non-ordinary reality is also closely linked to perception in our tradition. In non-ordinary reality, the perceptions are heightened and expanded, allowing the individual to experience the world in new and different ways. By accessing non-ordinary reality and shifting the position of the assemblage point, one could gain a deeper understanding of the nature of reality and attain a state of heightened awareness and power. In the Brotherhood, Perception is seen as a key tool in the spiritual advancement of the warrior. The warriors are trained to use perception to enter into non-ordinary reality and to experience the world in new ways, which can help them to break free from limiting beliefs and self-imposed limitations. The warriors are also taught to use perception as a way of manipulating energy and awareness in order to achieve specific goals and attain a state of heightened personal power. The assemblage point. According to the Nagual tradition, the assemblage point is a focal point of energy in the human body that determines how we perceive the world and what we experience as reality. The assemblage point is located in the energy body, or luminous egg, and is responsible for organizing our perceptions and experiences in a particular way. The position of the assemblage point determines what we are aware of and what we ignore, and influences our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. In the Brotherhood, we believe that the position of the assemblage point is influenced by our personal history, beliefs, and experiences, and that it can become fixed in a particular position, which can limit our perception and experience of the world. The goal of the spiritual warrior is to shift the position of the assemblage point and to enter into non-ordinary reality, where the perceptions are expanded and more vivid. By shifting the position of the assemblage point, the warrior is able to access new perspectives and experiences and gain a deeper understanding of the nature of reality. In tradition, the assemblage point is seen as a powerful tool for personal growth and spiritual advancement, and the warriors are trained to use it to manipulate their perceptions and experiences in order to attain a state of heightened awareness. Field notes. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, feeling the stillness of the forest around me. I visualized a thick white fog rolling in, enveloping me in its embrace. I imagined the fog as a protective shield, blocking out the distractions of the external world and allowing me to focus my mind. As I continued to breathe deeply and visualize the fog, I felt it start to take on a tangible quality. It was as if I was actually standing in the midst of a dense cloud, my senses dulled and my mind calm. I focused my attention inward, feeling the energy within me begin to stir. The world around me faded away, and I was left with nothing but the sensation of my own breath, slow and steady. Suddenly I felt a shift. The fog seemed to come alive, pulsing with energy. The world around me came into focus in a new and different way, as if I was seeing it for the first time. The trees were more vibrant, the sky was brighter, and the air was filled with the sounds of the forest. I was filled with a sense of awe and wonder, as if I had stepped into a new and magical world. I felt a rush of energy as if I was being infused with new life. For a moment, I was lost in the experience, lost in the beauty of the world around me. But then, slowly, the fog began to dissipate, and I was brought back to reality. I opened my eyes, feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. The experience had been nothing short of incredible. Making the fog had allowed me to enter into a state of heightened awareness, to experience the world in a new and different way, and to tap into my own personal power. Time. In the Toltec tradition, time is not seen as a linear progression of events, but rather as a wheel that is constantly turning and repeating itself. We describe time as a cyclical process in which events are repeated in an endless cycle, and that the key to understanding time is to understand the power that shapes and governs it. For us, time is not something that exists objectively, but is rather a human creation, shaped by human perception and interpretation. We suggest that human beings have a tendency to impose their own sense of time onto the world, and that this is what creates the illusion of a linear progression of events. In the Toltec tradition, it is possible to manipulate time, to bend it and shape it, by accessing the power that governs it. By doing so, one can experience time in different ways and access non-ordinary reality. The place of no pity. The place of no pity is a state of being where one is free from self-pity and feelings of victimization. It is a state where one has transcended the limitations of ordinary reality and is able to see the world from a wider, more holistic perspective. In this state, one is able to access a higher level of awareness and understand that life is not about gaining sympathy or pity from others, but about learning to live life in a way that is fulfilling and meaningful. The place of no pity is characterized by a sense of detachment and clarity, and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. According to the tradition, achieving the place of no pity is an important step in the journey of a spiritual warrior, as it allows one to see the world from a new and different perspective, and to access a deeper understanding of the nature of reality. The filaments. According to the Toltecs, the world is made up of filaments of energy that are woven together to create the fabric of reality. The filaments are said to be the underlying structure that holds the world together and are the source of all power. Warriors learn how to see the filaments in order to understand the true nature of reality. This means learning to perceive the world in a new way, beyond ordinary reality, and to see the energy and interconnectedness of all things. The process of seeing the filaments is a gradual one and requires a certain level of detachment and awareness. It is not possible to simply see the filaments just by trying. One must develop a heightened sense of perception through disciplined practice and focused intention. Once one is able to see the filaments, he can begin to understand the true nature of reality and to access a deeper level of power and understanding. This is an important step in the journey of a spiritual warrior, as it allows one to see the world from a new and different perspective, and to understand the energetic connections between all things. Being available and unavailable. The concept of being available and unavailable is part of the teachings of the Brotherhood on the Toltec shamanic tradition. In order to be a spiritual warrior, one must learn to be both available and unavailable. Being available means being present and engaged in the world, open to new experiences and learning opportunities. It involves being attentive and focused, and being willing to face challenges and overcome obstacles. Being unavailable, on the other hand, involves stepping back from the world and going within. It means disengaging from the external world and focusing inward on one's own thoughts and feelings. This allows one to develop a sense of detachment and avoid becoming entangled in the negativity and confusion of the world. A spiritual warrior must learn to be both available and unavailable in order to maintain balance and to develop his spiritual abilities. By being available, he can engage with the world and learn from their experiences, and by being unavailable, he can reflect on his experiences and gain deeper insight. Becoming accessible to power. The concept of becoming accessible to power is central to the Brotherhood teachings on the Toltec shamanic tradition. Power is a form of energy that is present in all things, and it is accessible to those who have the proper understanding and training. To become accessible to power, one must cultivate certain qualities such as self-awareness, discipline, and a sense of detachment. These qualities allow one to develop a greater understanding of the world and to see beyond appearances. Additionally, one must also engage in certain practices and activities that help to cultivate and harness personal power. These may include physical training, meditation, and working with energy. By becoming accessible to power, one can tap into a greater source of energy and strength, which can be used to achieve one's goals and help others. This is a crucial step on the path to becoming a spiritual warrior, as it allows one to develop a greater amount of personal power. Field note. In a world beyond our own, the Brotherhood of the Naguals was a secret society of individuals with exceptional abilities. They had been trained in the ways of the ancient shamanic tradition known as the Nagual, and were able to manipulate reality itself with their perceptions. One day, the Brotherhood was approached by a mysterious figure who claimed to be from a parallel reality. The figure told them of an ancient order of Naguals who had been lost to time, but had recently reappeared in their parallel reality. These old Naguals had incredible power and knowledge, and the Brotherhood was invited to meet with them and learn from their wisdom. Excited at the prospect of discovering the secrets of their ancient forebears, the Brotherhood accepted the invitation and set out on an incredible journey to the parallel reality. When they arrived, they were greeted by the old Naguals, who welcomed them warmly and showed them the wonders of their world. The old Naguals were amazed at the progress the Brotherhood had made in their understanding of the Nagual tradition, and were eager to share their knowledge with them. They taught the Brotherhood about the true nature of reality, revealing that the universe was not fixed and solid, but instead was a constantly changing projection of consciousness. The old Naguals showed the Brotherhood how to manipulate this projection, to access higher dimensions and realities beyond our own. They revealed incredible secrets and demonstrated powerful abilities, and the Brotherhood was in awe of the old Naguals' mastery of the universe. However, they soon discovered that the old Naguals were facing a great threat. A dark force had arisen, seeking to control the projection of reality and impose its own vision of the world on all of creation. The old Naguals were fighting to resist this force, but their power was waning, and they were in desperate need of help. The Brotherhood of the Naguals knew that they had to lend their aid to their ancient forebears. They joined forces with the old Naguals and engaged in a fierce battle against the dark force. It was a difficult and dangerous struggle, but in the end, the Brotherhood and the old Naguals emerged victorious. With the threat defeated, the Brotherhood returned to their own reality, their minds filled with new knowledge and understanding. They continued their work, using their powers for good and spreading the teachings of the Nagual tradition to those who would listen. And so, the Brotherhood of the Naguals lived on, preserving the ancient wisdom of their forebears and shaping the projection of reality with their perceptions. They remained a secret society known only to a select few, but their influence could be felt across the universe, a testament to the power of the Naguals. The Sisterhood, the Nagual women. The Sisterhood of the Naguals is a vital and integral part of the Brotherhood. Although the word Brotherhood is used in the title, the teachings and practices of the Naguals are open to individuals of all genders, and the Sisterhood is a testament to the inclusive and empowering nature of this spiritual tradition. The Nagual women have made a significant impact on the Brotherhood of the Naguals, and their contributions to this tradition have been invaluable. They bring a unique perspective and approach to their spiritual practices, and they have helped to shape the Brotherhood into the inclusive and empowering community that it is today. Through their practices and teachings, the Nagual women inspire others to seek personal growth and development, and to unlock their full potential. They also serve as role models and mentors, guiding others on their own spiritual journeys. In this chapter, we will explore the experiences of the Nagual women and the ways in which they have impacted the Brotherhood of the Naguals. We will examine their techniques and practices for personal growth and development, and delve into the challenges that they have faced and overcome. We will also celebrate their achievements and reflect on the significance of their contributions to this powerful and inclusive community. The Sisterhood of the Naguals is a testament to the strength, resilience, and determination of women in this spiritual tradition, and it serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration to all individuals seeking personal growth and development. Alma, Cecilia, and Dora. In the Sisterhood of the Naguals, there were 3 triplets born to a powerful coven of white witches. They were named Alma, Cecilia, and Dora, and they were blessed with extraordinary magical abilities from a young age. As part of the Sisterhood, the sisters were taught to harness their magic and use it to protect the natural world and all living beings. They also learned to tap into their connection to each other, which allowed them to work together to cast spells and perform rituals that were beyond the abilities of any individual witch. One day, the sisters received a vision of great darkness that was threatening to engulf the village. They knew that they had to act quickly to prevent this disaster, so they set out on a journey to gather the magical artifacts they needed to perform a powerful ritual that would banish the darkness. Along the way, the sisters faced many challenges and obstacles, including treacherous terrain, dangerous creatures, and dark magic wielded by their enemies. But they persevered, using their combined strength and magical powers to overcome each obstacle in turn. Finally, the sisters reached the place where the ritual had to be performed. As they began to work their magic, they were beset by a final wave of dark magic that threatened to overwhelm them. But the sisters refused to give up, drawing on their love and connection to each other, as well as the teachings of the Sisterhood, to push back the darkness and complete the ritual. As the last words of the incantation echoed across the land, the darkness vanished, replaced by a warm and golden light that spread across the sky. The sisters looked at each other, their faces glowing with the knowledge that they had saved the village. And they knew that as long as they had each other and the Sisterhood, they would always be able to overcome any darkness that threatened to come their way. And so the sisters continued on their journey, spreading light and kindness wherever they went, and always remembered as the beautiful triplets who saved the village with their powerful magic, unbreakable bond, and the teachings of the Sisterhood of the Naguals. The Nagual man and Nagual woman, completing each other. In the teachings of Nagualism, the Nagual man and the Nagual woman are seen as complementary and interdependent forces, each possessing unique strengths and abilities that are necessary for the completion of the other. The concept of the Nagual man and the Nagual woman is central to the philosophy of Nagualism, and it highlights the importance of balance, harmony, and mutual support in the pursuit of spiritual growth and development. The Nagual man is said to embody the qualities of strength, clarity, and leadership, while the Nagual woman is seen as embodying the qualities of intuition, empathy, and nurturance. Together, the Nagual man and Nagual woman work in tandem to achieve their spiritual goals and to support one another in their personal growth and development. The relationship between the Nagual man and the Nagual woman is seen as a partnership in which both parties are equal and respected. The Nagual woman provides the Nagual man with the emotional and intuitive support that he needs to remain grounded and focused, while the Nagual man provides the Nagual woman with the guidance and leadership that she needs to grow and develop. In Nagualism, the relationship between the Nagual man and the Nagual woman is seen as a source of great power and potential. When the two work together in harmony, they can achieve great things and unlock their full potential as spiritual practitioners. This chapter will explore the relationship between the Nagual man and the Nagual woman and examine the ways in which they support and complement one another. We will delve into the unique qualities and abilities of each and examine the ways in which they work together to achieve their spiritual goals. We will also reflect on the importance of this partnership in the pursuit of personal growth and development, and offer insights and guidance for those seeking to deepen their connection with the Nagual man or the Nagual woman in their life. By understanding the relationship between the Nagual man and the Nagual woman, and by embracing the strengths and abilities of each, we can unlock the full potential of our own spiritual journey and achieve the balance, harmony, and mutual support that is necessary for true growth and development. The love story of the Nagual woman and the dreamer, a personal account. I was 19 years old when I traveled to Guatemala in search of answers to life's mysteries. It was there that I met Guadalupe, a Nagual woman who was also 19. From the moment our paths crossed, we were drawn to each other. Our love was intense and passionate, and over the next 8 months, I lived with Guadalupe and she taught me the art of dreaming. The teachings of Nagualism are not just about the physical world, but also the dream world. Guadalupe showed me how to enter the dream world and control my dreams, and the experiences I had there were beyond anything I could have imagined. I learned that the dream world is just as real as the physical world, and that it is a place where we can explore the deeper truths of existence. One night, Guadalupe took me on a journey through the dream world, where we encountered a powerful entity that represented our fears and doubts. With Guadalupe's guidance, I was able to face these fears and overcome them. This experience taught me that our beliefs and emotions shape our experiences, and that by mastering our inner world, we can create a life filled with love, joy, and purpose. Another time I dreamed that I was in a dark and foreboding forest, and Guadalupe appeared as a luminous being of light, guiding me through the darkness. This experience showed me that even in the most difficult of circumstances, there is always a source of light and guidance that can lead us to safety and happiness. The experiences I had with Guadalupe in the dream world were life-changing, and I will always be grateful for the love and wisdom she shared with me. Her teachings have stayed with me, and I continue to apply them in my life to this day. I believe that the love story between the Nagual woman and the dreamer is a testament to the transformative power of love and the teachings of Nagualism.